Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw day 18 of March of Robots. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, sketching first and then Sharpie. So if you don't want to watch the sketch portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out with the gray Copic marker, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. That was super smooth. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a super quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, so a little bit of action, a little bit of what's going on. Big old fighting robot again. You know, that seems to be the way it's going right now. And I'm trying something a little different. I sketched out initially, because I do thumbnails and just try to see if it's a good shape, if it's a good motion, you know. I sketched out something, and I was trying to come up with this like strange robot hand, like some kind of like weapons and all kinds of crazy stuff. And then I came up with something. I was like, wow, that's simple, it's easy, and it gets the point across. It gives me what I'm trying to get, and it's exactly what I was trying to do, is what I'm trying to say. And it didn't, I was overthinking it, is what I'm trying to say. And so we'll see how it comes out, because like I said, it was awesome and I liked it, and we'll see what we can do and whether it works out. This might be all I got to do, honestly. I mean, it's crazy that I say, well, the sketch is done, but there's not a lot I'm putting into details except for the placement. That's really about it. Like, I need a few things, you know, just to make sure I'm not falling off the page, but that's really all. The detail, I don't really want to worry about that right now, because why do it twice? If you're working with pencil, or you're going to need to do something, if this is important, if you're getting paid for this, sure, exactly, do it twice. I'm not getting paid for this. This is just for fun, and so you can draw along. So I say we welcome all the skippers and get going. Welcome skippers, welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. It can find things that the fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've left myself enough to see where I'm going to go, but it's going to disappear when I start to use the Sharpie. If you want to see more March of Robots, check out that playlist right there. And you know what, just check out the playlist in general, because I do so many drawings that I may have already drawn what you're looking for. So just get in there, see what I got, and let's get going. So I'm going to draw a line across, because this was more of a boxy robot, just from the design only. And I'm going to go from here, and I was talking about this. Nope, you know what? I was going to say exactly what I just talked about in the sketch. If you want to know what I was talking about, why I did it like this, go over there. This is strictly for inking and working, right? And I do this a lot. I do the shape and then come back and add the detail. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why, because I like it. I like the way it looks. But you would think that I'm not concerned about little things like that, because it's not what it's about, and that's not how I'm designing. I'm just kind of going with the flow, you know? And plus, a lot of this too, I like to just see what comes out. I like to just draw little like just extras like that, just to see where it goes, see what I'm doing, and see what happens. But also, I like to break up the silhouette and see if the silhouette is doing it for me, if it's going where I want it to go. I like that. I like that a lot. Cool. Let's add. That's the front of the face, right? Because I want it almost like insectoid a little bit, you know. So I'm going to say it's got an eye like that. It's going to have the top of the head a little curved like this, and we'll say the eye is on this side, or it doesn't even have to be an eye, but again, because it looks insectoid, that's kind of an eye for me, you know? You can't see that side because I do have it kind of turned a little bit, so I'm gonna draw the curve like that. Ooh, and let's do this. I like that idea. So I drew like these antenna things going off, so let's just draw off that. Let's just say, see how I always draw the shape and see where it goes? Again, I'm just kind of building off outlines. And then coming back in and fixing a few things. Fixing or experimenting. We'll say that's like indented, right? And you can't see it on that side, so we're not worried about it. There, and I kind of like the idea too that it's like molded and flowing into the shape of the design, you know, so it's not so much a hard edge. It's kind of flowing in. Okay, I'm focusing too much on this. I got a lot more to go, so let's jump back around to the detail. All right, and I've been drawing them with big shoulder housings and stuff like that, so I'm gonna keep with that. I like the feel of a big top heavy, and he's crunched over, you know, big top heavy design. Yeah, so that's coming out of something, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that's like this. That's what his head is poking out of, because this is obviously a big, huge top piece. Then I'm gonna kind of break it up with kind of a top like that, you know? Maybe I'll do some color lines in it like that and leave it like it is. And we'll just say, again, that's like kind of like a molded form on it that's not exactly a solid hard edge, right? Okay, so let's do this again to kind of break up the feel of it. So it's not just a smooth edge, you know, we got to give it something so it's a little different. And then we'll do something like this for the outer casing, so to speak. And we're gonna say that you can't see as much there, so I'm gonna say that that goes there. And then that's coming out, but again, we'll say that you can see it like that, okay? So I'm just trying to give it a little bit extra on the side you can see, as opposed to the side you can't see. I kind of did something on the back, like he's got some kind of jetpack, something weird, but and that's how we always do, right? We always add some kind of not really rockets or something like that, but I like the idea of there's something going on back there that you don't know about, that you don't get, that it's not something that you understand or can see, right? And you don't know why it's there. You don't know if it's rockets, or if it's his power pack, or if it's you know, some kind of neutron something, whoozy what's it's. But I like to do stuff like this just to kind of break up the silhouette. Like, it doesn't all have to be defined by the big fat Sharpie. We can do some small Sharpie defining, right? Now, I had this idea for the hand. I was talking about this in the sketch. I want it simple. So I'm gonna draw like his arm back here like this. It's underneath there. So the housing is underneath this part, right? Let's do it here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is coming out. We're gonna do, but the housing is here. So I'm gonna close it off like this. But all of this is underneath that, but by the way it's bent up. So you can't even see any of this stuff here. right? So any robotic parts, any things he has to help move it, to help make it work, you can't see because it's twisted up because of the shape of, or the position that he's in. Again, it's kind of breaking up the negative space. You can't see it on that side, while I can, you know? Okay, so this arm, here's what the idea I had. So it's twisted up like that, so it's foreshortened and you can't see anything back here. And instead of a gigantic weapon that's full of guns and things like that, I had this idea. Let's see if I can do it. Hang on. Give me a second. And this was my idea. Literally this, like, instead of weapons and whatnot, just some kind of strange, like, alien technology that we don't understand. Right? Like, what is that? Is it a laser? Is it a you know? But that's what he's pointed at you. That's the mystery of it. That I like. That I don't have to, you know, point barrels at you and things like that to make it like a mystery of like, oh, don't mess with this guy, you know. And that's it. I want to keep it that simple, that flowing, and that mysterious. Instead of gigantic weapons, I want a mystery arm. Close that out. We're gonna say you can't see any of that stuff anyway, like this. That's whatever's going on back there. And again, that's just the housing that covers the plate up like that. You can't even see that little curve because it's underneath there like that. We'll go ahead and draw the side plate like this. Another plate like that. Again, it's on the inside, so you can't see anything, but it helps break it up and make it, you know, uniquely ours. So now we're pretty much gonna do like the top view for that. Okay, so I'm gonna draw some insides. We're gonna say that there's this, right? And then there's maybe something else going that way that we can't quite see. We don't know anything about it. And then we're gonna draw pretty much like the top view of this thing. So it's pretty much just gonna be a shape like that. And again, because it's the top view, this is all we really gotta do. And then draw like these things that were on top, because all this is underneath that side. So we're kind of getting away with, it's not cheating, but it's taking advantage of the position that we drew. So we don't have to 100% recreate both sides exactly the same. Well, we're doing it exactly the same, but not in the same position. That makes sense? So see, we're kind of getting away with that. I hate to say getting away with it because that's not what I'm trying to get you to do. I'm not trying to say, hey, let's be lazy and not draw everything. But I'm just saying, you know, sometimes we do get that advantage that we can mix it up, and because we're the ones who are making it, we get to decide what you can see and what you can't see. So see, does that make sense? That's the top, right? Okay, so I've got them all crunched over, and so we're just going to give them the old robot crotch. Right, that's the front piece. That's the housing for all the inner workings of the waist and the hips and everything like that. But mostly like this, it's the outer casing that protects all the insides of his gooey guts. His robo goodness. again, that's kind of the nice thing about making it up, is we can just do stuff like this and say, yeah, that's how it works. That's his inner workings that you can't see because, you know, that's just what it is. And most of the time I just color all that in black anyway. It's just, I gotta connect it. That's really what it comes down to, is I have to just connect it. So same thing, we're gonna draw housings and edges. Something like that. We're gonna say it connects in there like this. Look at that, robot parts. That's all I had to do. That simple. And let's see, and I've got him just kind of bent, so let's give him like these. I've been drawing strange knees for the front of him, so that's why I wanted to stop to make sure that I gave him enough room. There you go. I should have made that smoother or more pointy. So let's do the same thing over here. Just because, again, don't know why. Saying, well, that's what he needs. That's how he functions with these strange rabbit ears. You know what I mean? Just these little mech legs. And here I'm just kind of defining a few things just to give it a definition, literally that, defining to give definition, but also just to, you know, break up the negative space. All right, so for his feet, let's just do little robot legs, you know? Ooh, do we want to just, like, let's give him just stompy legs. Let's just do like this, right? That's it. You know, let's do that. But obviously he needs something to stabilize him, so let's just do something that subtle. Little stompy toes, right? And then we'll do something in the back, like that. Keeping it that simple, that subtle, and that stompy. Again, I joke around that costume makers, Star Wars and stuff like that, that they put so much into the top, then when it comes to the feet, they're like, yeah, just give him some shoes, you know? That's kind of what I'm doing right now. His stompy legs are basically me saying, just give him stompy shoes. Here's what I'll do though. Let's do this. Because I have this one at an angle, that would mean that the line's going at an angle like that, but I want it to be a ankle right there. So I'm gonna position it like this. So see, I made that an ankle by making it bigger, and I got to do it bigger over here, like that. That makes sense? So this is kind of his ankle rocker that he can pivot like that. All right, so let's just make these big old elephant toes, stompy toes, like that. And see, that let me pivot his leg at an angle like that. All right, let's do this. Just to kind of show the angles of that, but there you go. I say we keep it that simple. Let's take care of the rest with color. So that is day 18 of March of Robots.
So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures on How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.